You've been banging a lot around the house tonight. How come? And if you don't want to speak into or use the app to communicate, you can speak into the camera and I can listen back to it later and hear what you have to say.
Plan.
Plan. Okay. Like, you know about a plan or you have a plan? Like, what kind of plan is it? Or are you trying to tell me that I should plan? I've been meaning to do this in another room.
I was wealthy.
You were wealthy? Like, were you wealthy from being famous? Or did you inherit the wealth? Or were you like a really smart business person? I was planning on doing a session in the other room because there's been like a lot of bumping around the house and um like there's been a couple of nights now where I felt things like touch my shoulder and I've had like really deep hasn't been, I think it was like last week or the week before last, I had like super deep sleep paralysis. Um, and then like last night, like
Money.
knocking and tapping started happening a lot. And like banging underneath the house started happening a lot. Um, and like the shower was going off too. Like the shower didn't turn on, but for some reason like water just started falling out of the shower. I wasn't in the bathroom or anything, but I could like hear it dripping. Money? You had a, so you were wealthy? You were good with money? What was your name? Like, were you like,
Benjamin.
your name was Benjamin? Like, were you a millionaire?
A good spirit.
So you're a good spirit, Benjamin? What kind of business did you run? How did you die?
Charlie.
Charlie? Did someone named Charlie kill you?
Alaric.
Alaric. I don't know what that means. Alaric. Definition.
$14.
14? Alex terms for simple an annual payment of gold, an annual supply of grain and land for the Goths in the provinces of Venetia, Noricum.
Don't go back there.
Don't go back there. King of Visigoths, 395 through 410. He was captured in Rome in 410. So, are you Benjamin? Because I thought I was talking to Benjamin. And then Charlie and Alaric, who's a king, came up. And
Pressure.
14. Well, he was king from 395 to 410. So yeah, that's around 14 years. Pressure. Do you feel like you're under some type of pressure? god, I have this thing like zoomed all the way out. It's so hard for my camera to focus on cell phone text. There we go.
I feel hopeless.
Why do you feel hopeless? Like, you're a spirit, you can do anything. Do you feel like you can't move on? In August of 410 CE, Alaric of Gothic king accomplished
Frequent.
something that had not been done in over 8 centuries. He and his army entered the gates of Imperial Rome and sacked the city. Holy shit. Alaric was a badass. Frequent. So you feel hopeless a lot? Like you feel like you're under pressure and hopeless and like you can't get
No,
out
leave
of
us.
you can't get out of something? No levas? Alright, my camera just stopped recording. No levas as in like don't stop talking to you or to leave you alone. Because you guys are the ones who are always knocking around here.
Edward.
Edward. So who am I talking to now? Am I talking to Benjamin, Charlie, Alaric, or Edward?
She's here.
Who's here? Who is she? I've never heard of this king. I've never heard of Alaric.
I passed peacefully.
You passed peacefully? That's good. I'm glad to hear
Stacy.
that you passed peacefully. Stacy. I don't know Stacy. Did you pass in your sleep or did you pass because of old age?
Scarlet.
Scarlet? Like Scarlet as in someone named Scarlet or Scarlet as in blood? I wish they would make this app to where you can like scroll back up. Just, I guess scroll not like scroll down, but like scroll up to see text that is already passed. Is scarlet your favorite color? I'm getting like a tingling sensation in my index finger. Almost kind of like it got shocked a little bit.
It's me making sounds.
Yeah, you make a lot of sounds. But like, who are you? Like, are you Benjamin? Are you Alaric? Are you Charlie? Are you Edward? Are you Stacy? Or are you Scarlet? Like, every time I talk to you, you give me a ton.
Vernon.
Vernon? That's another name. Every time I talk to you, you give me so many names, and I don't know who I'm talking to. Like, is there more than one spirit in this house? Is that why there's so many names, or are you just making up names to hide yourself? Like, there's always a ton of tapping, knocking, banging
Choice.
underneath the house. Choice. Choice, like what? Like, what is. Vernon? Definition. Vernon, a town in Wisconsin, a town and village in New York, a town in Vermont, named after Mount Vernon. Okay, it's just a lot of different places. The way people perceive the name Vernon has changed over time. In the early 20th century, it was a fairly common name for boys, and many people associated it with a classic solid name. However, in the 21st century, its popularity has declined and is now considered a relatively
Quiet.
old-fashioned name. Quiet. Oh, are you upset that I'm not talking to you? Like, you give me so many names, I don't know who I'm talking to. Like, sometimes you say you're a good spirit, sometimes you say you're a bad spirit, but you always do the same things. Sometimes you touch my shoulder, most of the time you're running around knocking on the floor, knocking on the walls, tapping on the walls. But here recently, you've been touching my lampshade a lot. So why have you been touching the lampshade so much? Like, I don't see it move, but I hear you touch it.
12.
12. 12 what? A city in Florida named for Mount
Yeah.
Vernon. Yeah, okay, so 12 is a number. Okay. Where's the tap over there? Like in the bathroom. I just heard it. And that tap is another tap that does not stop. It is constantly going, and it drives me fucking insane because it wakes me up at night. It wakes me up at night, it wakes me up during the day, and there's no set time that it happens. It starts, maybe it'll do it like 3 or 4 times, then it goes away. Like hours pass by, and it can go on for like, I think it's gone on for like 2 hours. That's how long I've like tracked it going on. And I don't get what it is. I don't get what's
Need
causing
trust.
it. Need trust. Are you saying that I need to trust the tapping? I have no clue what the tapping means. I don't know what it means, and it's very loud and it's annoying because it wakes me up. And there's, like, I've said this before, it sounds like that there is
Liar.
water. No, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. It sounds like that there's water coming down like a drip on the floor. That's what that tapping noise sounds like. But there's no water there. And it's very difficult for me to tell if it's on the floor or if it's on the panel, the bottom panel
Photograph.
on the wall. Yes, I'm recording. And it's not the heater. It is not the heater. Because this started before I got the heater. And it just hasn't stopped. So I know that it's not the heater causing it. But I don't know like what's causing it. There's not a leak up there. Like there's no spots of water running. There's nothing to like drip down on the floor. And if I'm sitting in this room, I hear it in this room. But if I go to the other room, because this is the wall facing the den, so if I go and I sit in the den and I'm like in the den for a while, the tapping
Teenager.
will start there where I made like what's the cat after video, because that tapping was going on at the time and the cat was just like running, chasing after something, but nothing was there. Absolutely nothing was there. There were no bugs, there was no dust, there was no moths, there were no, oops, my camera cut off. There were no moths, there were no flies. There was nothing there. I recorded it on my, I guess it was my old phone now, cuz I recorded that before I got this phone. And it was the craziest thing. And like the cat just stayed there after that, just looked up and stared at the wood up against the wall, and that was it. And then she just ran away. And she hasn't done it since.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording. But it's just a crazy thing that this starts. Like, it started right before I got the heater. And then, when I first heard it, it was in the den. It was starting in the den because I spent a lot of time in the den playing Zelda on the Switch. And that's when it would start. Like, but it would have to be like I was in there playing for like hours, like more than like 3 hours, and it would just start tapping and tapping and tapping and tapping, and like I felt like I was like very annoyed by it. Not 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 like annoyed how like I am now because it's just annoying because it just wakes me up sometimes, but I would get like almost irritated from it, like really irritated, like it felt like it made me want to like get up and like break stuff or just like have thoughts that like made me mad. And I don't know like what caused it, but I knew that it was coming from that tapping, so I
Resemble.
just decided to like ignore it as much as I could. And um then I stopped getting like irritated as much from it. And now it's just annoying to me because it just wakes me up. But it's so weird. And it's like, let me see. It's like right in the same spot too. Because, like, right there where that outlet is, that would be probably, let me see. Like, the pantry would be like right there. So maybe like right there where the outlet is, like, that's probably where the wood is standing on the other side of the wall. And that's exactly where the tapping happens. But then, like, when I'm laying in here, it comes in here and it starts doing that. And it's like it just follows me. It doesn't follow me around the house, not that I've heard, but it does follow me from that room into this room. Resemble? Like, resemble what?
I'm buried down the road.
Well, that's nice to know. You're buried down the road. Like, is there a spot with, like, your tombstone and name on it? There is a very old abandoned house up the road from where I live.
Painting's eyes.
Painting's eyes. There's like a very old abandoned house on the road that I live on, but it's like up the road. And I used to go there when I was a kid and like explore it. And I was very fortunate that the house did not collapse on me because, you know, it was an old dilapidated house. But I did like go in there and like explore it when I was a kid, and it was just a old abandoned house. Like it still had things in the house that people had when they lived in there, and there was like mattresses and like old food in the refrigerator and clothes and I don't know, just stuff that you would find
Cart.
in an abandoned house. So
Blue eyes.
maybe someone that owned that property died on it. I don't I don't really know. I never really looked it up. Blue eyes. So your eyes were blue? Painting's eyes. Blue eyes.
Elmer.
Are the blue eyes you're referring to part of a painting, or are they your eyes?
I'm a protector.
You're a protector. Well, okay. So you're a protective spirit, so does that mean that are you protecting for good, or are you protective as if you're possessive and controlling? I don't know anyone named Elmer either. These responses are a lot better. I guess they're more positive responses than what I've gotten in the past.
Inject.
Inject. Inject what? Were did 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 you used to be like a drug addict? Or what do you mean by like inject? Did you die of like diabetes? You would have to like inject insulin? Like, you giving me so many different names and now you're saying that you're hiding. Why are you hiding? Who are you hiding from? And earlier you said like teenager, like were you really young when you died? Are you like a teenager? And why are you hiding? Like, is someone after you? Is someone trying to hunt you? Is that why you died? Did like a stalker kill you or something? You said your death was peaceful though. But then again, I'm not sure who I'm talking to because it's giving me so many different names.
He has his eye on you.
Who has his eye on me? This makes me wonder too, like when my dogs just randomly start barking at nothing. Especially when like I put them in a kennel. Like like at night before I go to sleep sometimes. And they'll just start barking randomly at nothing for like, it's not like a long time. It's maybe like max
Crocodile shears.
crocodile shears. Like max for like maybe like a minute or something. And they'll just do that and then just stop. And there's nothing there to make them bark. There's no cars, there's no car doors. There's nothing that I can hear to make them bark. And like sometimes I'll even get up and go check the windows to see if there's like, because sometimes there's deer outside at night, and I just think maybe that's what they're picking up on, but no, there's nothing outside in the lawn.
Erica.
Erica. I don't know. I don't know anyone around here named Erica. What the fuck are crocodile shears though?
Light.
Light. Are you like a light spirit? You could, is that supposed to mean that you're a good spirit?
You look the same.
I look the same. Yeah, I don't think I've changed that much since the last time that I used this to talk. Besides, maybe my hair got a little bit longer, but that's probably it. Crocodile shears. Torture. Oh shit, it's like those medical scissors. Wait a minute. The crocodile shears were a torture instrument used in late medieval Europe and usually reserved for men who tried to assassinate the king. These shears were made of metal based on the concept of pincers,
Chair.
and inside their hemi cylindrical blades, cylindrical blades were lined with a great amount
Answer.
of spikes. They're also known as alligator shears. Tear. Or tear. Yeah, I did answer you. Told you that you were right, that I do pretty much look the same. Besides my hair just being a little bit longer. It's a metal cutting shear with a hinge jaw, powered by a flywheel or hydraulic cylinder.
Right.
Right. So, can you tell me, like, how many spirits am I speaking with? Am I speaking with, like, a lot of spirits? Like, I don't know. Am I speaking with more than 5 spirits right now? Or is it just one of you at a time taking turns coming through to communicate? Because you give me so many names and it's very confusing to know, like, who I'm talking to.
Mirror.
Mirror? Yeah, I have mirrors in the room. Do you... I mean, these mirrors don't really seem like they're a portal. They're not
Quiet.
facing each other. No, I'm not gonna be quiet in my own home. Do you use my mirrors? Do you try to use my mirrors to travel?
He's over there.
Okay, I got like chills down my legs when it said that. Who's over there? By the way, like right before it said that, there was a tapping noise, like coming from inside the bathroom. It was like up against that wall, or close to that wall. You know, I've asked you a lot of times now if you're going to tell me who I'm talking to, because, like I said, I don't know if I'm talking to a lot of spirits at the same time, or if it's just one of you taking turns to communicate. Because sometimes you
Little
seem
boy.
really nice, and then other times you want me to, like, be quiet. And then you put a torture device in here, the crocodile shears. Now you're saying he's over there, little boy. Are you trying to say that a child haunts this place? That would be weird. That's a video that I want to do too, is like using Spirit Talker in like a park or like a cemetery. Like, no disrespect for those who have passed though.
We have spoke before.
Now it's saying that again. But like using either like Necrophonics or Spirit Talker a in a park
Dylan.
or like a cemetery. Okay, I've seen the name Dylan before. I've seen Erica's again. It sounded like that was like a little footstep. I don't remember what kind of spirit it was.
Joanna.
Joanna. I do know Joanna from when I was very small. I don't personally like know a person named Dylan, but I do know that that name has come up on the app before. It still makes me think, and I haven't done like a listen session in a long time, because I was so freaked out from my last listen session that I decided to take a break from it for a while, because I was getting really into it. But like on my very last, yeah, on my very last listen session, which was
Alone.
Do You Feel Like That You're Alone? Which one was it?
My arms.
Your arms. Do your arms hurt? Did you lose your arms? Okay, I guess it wasn't my last, like my very last listening session, but maybe like this one right here.
I'll move something.
You'll move something? You're not allowed to move anything
Shadows move.
in my house. That's another video that I made too. Like one night I was laying in here and like I saw a shadow like run across the wall, run there, come like right up to that door and then just
Silence.
vanish and disappear. But yeah, this was like the creepiest whisper session, or no whisper session, listening session that I did. And I did one more after that, and like my heart was just pounding so hard because the whispering, I never wrote down what the whispering said, but it was something along the lines of like, see, now I'm talking about this and this, the app is going off anymore, but it was like someone like whispering kind of like this, but it was like super very very quiet.
It's not just me.
And it was very very difficult to like listen to, but that's kind of like how the whispering sounded on the recording. And I had the recording turned all the way up. I was using noise canceling headphones, like audio jack. They weren't wireless headphones to listen to it. And at some parts it got like very very clear. And like one of the parts, I don't remember like what time frame it was, but like in one of the parts it was like, it was saying something like fuck you, how could you, like, I'm not gonna forget this, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna kill you. And it was just like, I really just wanted to say like, that's just white noise, and you know, it's very creepy and disturbing to listen to. For how long did I listen to this thing? Like 2 hours straight, and it was just very disturbing to listen to, but I swear that's what it was saying. And I have a lot more audio recorded, and on another audio recording.
Hear my footsteps.
Yeah, I've heard your footsteps before. I've heard your footsteps plenty of times before. Like, this thing is just going fucking crazy now. And like on like another audio recording, mind you, the place that I stream from is all the way on the other end of the house. I left this audio recorder in my den, and I left it there for like, I think maybe an hour and a half that night. And like, I hear in the audio recording something from a game that I've played in the past called Phasmophobia. And it's kind of like in Phasmophobia when like the ghost like appears in front of you, but they're just standing there. They don't like charge you or like aggro to you. Like, they're just standing there, and it goes something like
Cry.
like
I just like to talk.
like something like that, something like similar to that. And it freaked me the fuck out. and I stopped listening to that audio recording right there. I still have the audio recording, but I don't remember which one it was, and I have so many of them. I don't know how to go back and find that one without having to listen to them all again. But that was like I want to say that was last summer when I was really getting into listening, because I've always wanted to know why there was banging and knocking and tapping around my house in different places. And this hasn't happened in a long time, but it used to be that, like, when I would wake up in the morning, like, this is something that would actually just wake me up. I just heard a tap on the ceiling now. But, like, a tap would start from the bathroom, and, like, tap would be on the ceiling.
Is this a ritual?
Tap go to like, the living room where, like, the main entrance is, to the back of the house, and then it would just stop, and it would always be on the ceiling. And now that doesn't happen so much anymore.
I don't mind speaking.
No, I'm not doing a ritual, and I know that you just like to talk. I've just been updating the people who watch this on what's been going on. And I know that you don't mind speaking because you you have had a lot to say. And that's something else that I've never understood, is when this tapping would happen on the ceiling, it would always be like around 10 a.m. And when I used to work, before I got hurt, I would never really notice it, because I used to work during the, like, daytime. But when I changed jobs, before I got hurt, and I started working at night, and I would come home during, like, I don't know, probably around 8, or not 8, but probably around 9 o'clock in the morning. I would come home from work, and I would be trying to fall asleep, and it would be like just this pinging on the ceiling going all the way across the house, as if, like, something came out from somewhere, like, flew across the house and went somewhere else, and then just disappeared. And it didn't happen every day. It only happened on, like, certain days, but it was always at the same time. And then one day it just all of a sudden stopped. And during, was it like November?
Secrets.
Like October or November. It was so fucking creepy to be in here. I don't think that this thing likes that I'm talking about this, but I don't really care. Because this is where I live, so yeah, I feel like I should be saying this. Like, it almost sounded as if, like, 2 feet were stomping,
Oracle.
like, right there behind the door. And as, like, the 2 feet stomped, like, it would be, like, 1,
Card.
2. On the other side of the house, like, back where I stream, it would be, like, 1, 2. And then over here on this end, 1, 2. And then it would be 1, 2. and it did that. Like, whoops, my camera ran out, or my camera stopped recording. But it did that for like
Denise.
it did like 1-2 on this end of the house, and then on the other end of the house, the far end of the house where I stream from, it did like 1-2, and then would come back and do like 1-2 for like 30 to 40 seconds. It felt like, and then it just stopped, and then like a month later, it happened again, and then it stopped, and it hasn't done it since. But I've been listening for it, and now from probably like mid-December, I want to say. Yeah, probably around mid-December up until now, and like the date right now is February 12th, 2024. So from mid-December 2023
Jenny.
to February 12th, 2024, that tapping has been going on. It's been constant, as in constant, as in
Chairs.
like it happens every single day, multiple times a day. Not like constantly doing it, but it happens every day, multiple times a day, at random times of the day, and I can't figure out why. And like part of me wants to move the heater. I don't want to move the heater because it gets really cold in here, but part of me wants to move the heater to see if the tapping goes away. But that tapping started before I got the heater. Okay, this thing now says, it's since I started running my mouth so much, it said Oracle, Cart, Denise, Ginny, and Chairs. So that's 2 more names. I don't know what it means by Oracle. I don't know what Cart means. There are chairs. Do you like the chairs?
Little boy.
Like, this is what makes me think that this spirit that I communicate with is not good, because it gives me so many names. Like, I always feel like I'm talking to the same spirit. It doesn't feel like a different one, because like the sounds don't change. Like the knocking, the tapping, the banging underneath the house does not change. So it's like, it's I don't know if I'm talking to multiple spirits at once, or if it's just one spirit trying to hide who they are. Because when I first got this app, and what was it, 2023, like early 2023, I bought this app. Like, it said like, Lucifer,
Something waits.
it says that you're gonna die, or I think it's talking to me that like I was gonna die. It said that like bad shit was gonna happen, and I mean, I did get hurt, and I haven't been able to work for like almost a year now, and like everything has just been much more difficult to like deal with. What do you mean by something waits? Like, what's waiting? Like, pretty much the only thing that really brings me comfort when I sleep is hearing my dog snore, because he's not alarmed, so you know, that tells me something. But then other times, he'll like wake up and there's nothing there. There's no one around. There's no noise to make him do this. He'll just be looking at wherever and just start barking. Like barking as if kind of like an alert bark, or like a bark where it's like
We're enjoying this.
whatever's there, I don't want it to be there. Like kind of like that kind of bark, like a go away bark, and just be like really aggressive, almost as if he's chasing after something when nothing's there. And then, like I said, I got the cat, and the cat was doing the same thing. And then I get all of this footage from the app. Are you enjoying me giving attention to you? Because, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, most of the time I just ignore you because it's just annoying what you do. But I feel like I need to figure out why you do it. Because you do it so much. As in, like, every day.
There's bad here.
There's bad here. See, and then as, like, it goes on, like, when it first started, it felt very, very positive, but as, like, it goes on, it kind of seems like it wants to get darker and darker and darker, and now it's finally saying that there's bad here.
Oracle.
And in the beginning, there it goes, it says Oracle again. And in the beginning it said a good spirit. Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for talking. I don't know when I'll talk to you again, but for right now, I am closing communication. I am saying goodbye. And you are not allowed to speak to me until I open communication again. So for now, I'm closing communication and goodbye. And I'm closing this app, I'm closing communication, goodbye. So yeah, that was, I don't know, what, probably 30-40 minutes with the Spirit Talker. And like I said, I do have a lot of the, not writings or from listening, but I do have a lot of audio recordings that I've listened to from the house, and at some point, I don't know when, I'm kind of all over the place right now, and my schedule has just been not great, and I've not been doing too hot, but I do want to like make a video of all the EVP sounds that I picked up, especially that fucking creepy ass whispering, because like, hold on, how many pages of this do I have? This is 37. So like here, I don't really know the date for it. I would have to look this file up and find the date for it. But like here, there's no whispering at all. There's no whispering. Then here, for fucking uh 120, like throughout 125 minutes of audio recording, there's whispering, and the shit that the fucking whispering says is goddamn horrifying. And I had to sit here in my home alone, listen to that, and contemplate while I was listening to it, rather or not to write down what I thought the whispering was. And it was so negative and so just chilling to listen to, because like I said, it was very aggressive and nasty and just like like I'm gonna get you, I want to murder you. I don't um I don't know like where that comes from, but it started off being super quiet. Like I had my headphones on. Um they're really old noise canceling headphones, but they they still do their job. And I had the volume on the voice recorder turned all the way up, and it was not white noise what I was hearing, because it was coming over the tapping or the knocking that the refrigerator makes before it like turns on. It was like going over that, and I'm like, this is not white noise, this is something that's real, and it's making like it's making itself known. And I I don't know. I'm happy. Like I I'm not happy, but like I don't regret not writing what the whispering says, but at the same time it's still like in the back of my head, in the back of my mind, and I feel like that I clearly remember what it said, and it's not like something that's, you know, oh well that was nothing, so I'm just gonna forget it. Like it was enough to still make me remember it. um yeah, I still, I don't know anything to like do. Like I don't know what to do about it. But yeah, that's it for this video. I may decide to upload this.